What is up, guys? So Apple has just finished their Apple event, their annual event dedicated to hardware, the iPhone mainly. I just thought I'd give my opinion. I think this is the first year that I'm not going to upgrade anything. I'm like a proper Apple fanatic. I get every Apple product that comes out just because, I don't know, I'm gonna get hit because there's gonna be Android users out there. But yeah, I just buy every Apple product that comes out because why not? I like Apple products. And I will explain my reasons throughout the video, but I just thought I'd give a proper rundown of what happened at the event and what you can expect to see in Apple stores soon, in case you didn't watch it, because I don't think a lot of people's gonna sit through a keynote, but I did. Jesus. So the first thing they talked about is Apple Arcade, which is their gaming subscription service. So the idea is you pay a monthly fee and you get access to specific games which are not available anywhere else, just on iPhone and iPad and Mac and Apple TV. So basically the whole Apple ecosystem. I'd be really surprised if they don't put it on the HomePod, to be fair. They started off that it's going to be released on the 19th of September, which is really soon, sooner than I expected, to be fair. But then they announced that it was going to be $4.99 for a family subscription, which, to be fair, I think is mental. That's so much cheaper than I thought it would be. And then they went on to talk about Apple TV Plus, which, let's be honest, it's the rival to Netflix. And they showed this new trailer for a program TV series called See, where it was about in the future everyone's blind, but then they start having babies and the babies can see. That's what I got from the trailer anyways, but it did look really good, to be fair. They also announced that the Apple TV Plus service will be available from the 1st of November, and then they'll be adding shows and films every month. So basically exactly like Netflix. It's just an Apple Netflix. But then they also announced that it was going to be only $4.99 a month, which I pay $9.99 a month for Netflix now, $10.99, $9.99, and it's $4.99, and that is a family subscription, so all of the family can use it, which I think is mental. I'm going to use that word a lot, because the thing I took away from this whole event is they've listened to the customers about the pricing. $4.99, that's like a meal at McDonald's. And then they also said if you buy an Apple product, you get 1 year free of Apple TV Plus, which kind of makes us want to go out and buy a new iPhone, but I'll get to the iPhones in a minute. And then they started talking about the iPad. It got a bigger screen. Yeah. That's it. So they announced a new iPad, which is just like the regular iPad. It's not the Pro or the Mini. Just with a 10.2 inch screen instead of a 9.7 inch screen. I also didn't realise, they showed this on the keynote, but on an iPad, you can pinch the keyboard and it becomes a little mini keyboard, which I'm gonna try that just to see if it works. Okay. Oh my god. Did you ever know this? Watch. What? So the iPad that they announced, it was going to start from $329 or $299 for students, which compared to the iPad Pros, that is really cheap. And then onto the Apple Watch, they released the Apple Watch Series 5, which has an always on display, so it never goes off. And yeah, that's kind of it. I still want it, but what really caught my attention about the Apple Watch portion of the keynote is Tim Cook started talking about all of the messages he gets about how the Apple Watch has helped people. It showed people talking about how the Apple Watch helped indicate signs of a heart attack which could have been within the next 12 months. He's basically saying the Apple Watch saved his life. There was a deaf dad who uses the Apple Watch on his 3-year-old son. Basically the Apple Watch lets the dad know when his son's woke up, if his dad's in a different room. And there was an old man who fell over and the Apple Watch called an ambulance and also called his wife. I don't know how that works, but that was probably my favourite thing of the whole keynote, because it was it seemed so genuine. Just makes you realise how mad and how technology is advanced. You fall over and your watch calls an ambulance for you. You know what I mean? It's absolutely mad. But it was proper heartwarming. And now onto the bit that people actually give a shit about, the iPhone. So they started off by saying something I actually didn't know. They started off by saying that the iPhone XR from last year is the best selling phone in the world. I don't know if they said iPhone or phone. You'll have to correct us on that, but it's the best-selling phone / iPhone in the world, and I literally had no idea. So that came as like a proper shock to us. And then of course the thing that everyone will be talking about, they released the iPhone 11. So I'll just give a quick run through of the features that they've announced. It's the toughest glass ever in a smartphone. They released 2 new colours, green and red. I don't know how I feel about the green. It has 2 cameras, 1 wide camera and 1 ultra wide camera. So the ultra wide will be good for getting like more in a photo, or if you're in like a really tight space trying to get a photo of someone at like, I don't know how to explain it, it zooms out, so it's 2 times the opposite of zoomed in, so it's 2 times zoomed out. I'm not explaining this very well. They announced a new portrait mode effect called High Key Mono, which looked really good. It was basically black and white on steroids. I don't know how to make that sound more exciting. If you want to take a video, you don't have to swipe and click video, because that annoys the fuck out of me. You can just hold the shutter button and it'll take a video, just like Instagram and Snapchat. Lifesaver for me. The front camera is now a 12 megapixel camera, which I'm really not happy about because I like to hide my imperfections, and the cameras that we've got now are just fine. Just fine for that. The front cameras can now take 4K video and do slow motion video. So they released this advert where it was a woman taking a slow motion video. Our brother stood there with a hairdryer. She's looking all a hair flown. Basically ended with it calling it, instead of a selfie, it's a slowfie. Oh, Apple. Of course, the chipsets in the phones have been upgraded to the A13 Bionic. Basically, a faster CPU and a faster GPU. Well, they said it's the fastest CPU and fastest GPU in the world on a smartphone. So they say that every year, so no surprise there. But then they announced that the iPhone 11 will start from $699. So at this point I knew there was going to be more iPhones coming up. So then they announced the iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro Max. You have to be a pro to use them apparently. So it was Phil Schiller who announced them. So on these new iPhones you don't get 1 camera, you don't get 2 cameras, you do get 3 cameras. I'm awful at this tech stuff. So the new iPhone Pros have got 3 cameras. They've got a wide camera, an ultra wide camera, the same as in the regular iPhone 11, and also the telephoto camera, which doesn't lose detail when you zoom in 2 times, times 2. Got there eventually. So like with the XS and XS Max, the 11 Pro has a 5.8 inch display and the Pro Max has a 6.5 inch display, and they're calling them Super Retina XDR displays because apparently they use the same technology as what's in the Mac Pro. You know that one that costs about 26 grand and then you have to pay $1,000 for the display? Yeah, that one. They use the same technology in the iPhone Pros as they're doing there, apparently. I don't know. I'm guessing they do. They wouldn't lie. I don't think anyways. They talked a lot about machine learning and how it's getting its dedicated, how can I describe it? It's getting its dedicated space on the CPU. Let's just say it like that, yeah. What made us giggle a little bit was the man who was trying to announce the A13 Bionic. You could tell he had a really sore throat and his voice kept breaking, and I don't know why I found it funny for. It was just, he was proper trying to power through it like a proper trooper. And after the man, I can't remember his name, it was Shiromi or something, powered through, talking about the new chipset and how fantastic it is. Phil Schiller came back on and his voice started to break, and I was like, oh my god, Apple has the plague. They're all ill. And obviously they love the figures, especially when they're really high figures, and it can do 1 trillion operations a second, which to me is still mental. Do we really need all this power for Snapchat? I don't know. They then went on to talk about battery. I am really surprised by this. They've definitely been listening to the customers about prices and battery life, because they said that the 11 Pro gets 4 more hours of battery life than the XS, and the Pro Max gets 5 more hours of battery life than the XS Max. I've never really had a problem with Apple's battery life, to be fair. Not on my phone anyways. It lasts us a full day. put it on charge overnight, then sorted. I was really surprised that they would extend the battery life because Apple isn't exactly known for having the best batteries. And then they showed a short film that was shot and edited on the iPhone 11 Pro, and literally it could have been straight out of a film somewhere. Do not know how they get the quality in these videos, because when they released this phone, the XS Max, also showed a film about how good the cameras were. I will never be able to get something like that. I'm doing it all wrong. They also announced a new image mode called Deep Fusion, where the iPhone takes 9 images at once, fuses them together, and it apparently stops the loss of detail and stops any noise from being in the photo, which, great, I'm all about new image modes. So yeah, like the main upgrades of the iPhones were the cameras and the chipsets, which didn't really surprise us. And then of course, talking about the camera so much, they talked about how many apps they've got that are dedicated to photo and video. I didn't realise they would have 30,000 different video editing apps, so it's insane. I don't really know who goes out and buys an iPhone, and the reason being, oh yeah, because there's 30,000 different video editing apps. It's like, are you gonna use them all? They've announced that the price would stay exactly the same as what the XS and the XS Max was, so thank God they didn't put the prices up again, because I would have flipped. I'm not even buying one, but I would have flipped. I would have flipped me lid. So the 11 Pro starts from $999 and the Pro Max starts from $1,099. So I paid for the XS Max last year, so I'm not really going to complain about the prices. And then they said that they're still going to be selling the XR for $599 and the iPhone 8 for $499. So if you have to have a cheap iPhone, I'd get... Actually, no, I wouldn't get the XR, because for an extra £100, you might as well just get the iPhone 11. But if you already have like an XS, an XS Max, even like an X, I wouldn't even... Personally, I wouldn't upgrade. I say I'm not going to upgrade. If you've got one of those, I don't really see the need to. I'd probably wait until next year's iPhone, because apparently next year's they're going to be 5G ready. But if you are on the Apple upgrade program, I envy you so much. I made a bad decision when I went with a carrier. I should have just went on the upgrade program and I was able to get a new phone like every year. But anyways, that's my opinions on the Apple event. Should you upgrade? That's completely up to you. I've just had a quick run through of the features that they've announced, the new products that they've announced, the Apple Watch Series 5, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, the Apple TV Plus announcement date, the arcade announcement date. It was a lot of information to take in, but I just thought like I'd share my opinions. I know it's not like the type of video I would ever do. It's something that interests us and something that I wanted to share my opinion on. But anyways guys, thanks for watching. If you would like to keep up to date with my future videos, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button. I would also appreciate you hitting the bell to turn on post notifications. And you can also keep up with me on a daily basis by following me on my social media accounts. I'll put the links in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye!